I went to Bhava Spandana expecting absolutely nothing. Actually, that's not true. I expected to survive the weekend and make my husband happy. Honest to God, that's it. What I didn't expect was to leave as a completely different person. To this day, when I look back, there's a Sepi before and after Bhava Spandana. Maybe I didn't realize it then, but I see it now clearly. Honestly, if someone else told me this story back then, I would for sure not believe it, and I would be very skeptical of it. But I remember arriving at Isha, USA in March 2023. It was pretty chilly. I looked at the mountains. It was very silent, and I loved this space. I took a few photos, and I started walking my way towards the registration desk. At that point, the programs were being conducted in Mahima, so I was like really excited. I walked in, and the first thing I see is another person, a Persian girl named Sepide, same name as me, and she had long nails. So I was kind of interested. I'm like, okay, she's cool. I want to get to know her. First thing she tells me, she's like, make sure you go to a boat at 11:50. Okay, I was curious, but I was gonna go eat. I was really hungry. I had just gotten there, so I go and eat. And walking back, I see people walking up the stairs, so I just follow them. I didn't know what a boat was. I didn't know where I was. Honestly, I was kind of just brand new to this space. So I'm walking upstairs with people, and I walk into a boat not knowing where I'm walking into. I saw people that are sitting down and closing their eyes, so I sat down and I closed my eyes, and something happened right then.
Remember that this is simply my personal experience shared from the heart. Everyone's journey is unique. Some people may have profound experiences, while others may not experience anything dramatic at all. Neither is better than the other. What matters is that you receive exactly what you need to receive at that stage of your life. Life gives each of us what is necessary for our growth. In my experience, Bhava Spandana touches everyone. The way it expresses itself may be completely different from one person to another, but no one leaves unchanged.
For most of my life, I had experienced what I can only describe as an inner voice. I know clearly that it's not my thoughts, it's not my imagination. It is a clear voice that communicates with me. It has a guidance that helps me navigate some of the hardest moments of my life, and it helps me in the good times of my life, and it protects me from not getting too over my head. I have listened to it sometimes and sometimes not, but on that day, that voice became so loud and clear. It said, "You're here now, give it your 100%. At the time, I was only there because of my husband and because I was curious. You should watch how I got here. If you haven't seen the first video I made, I will link it up here and in the description below, so you make sure you watch that. I was there and I wanted to have fun. I just wanted to kind of see what's going on and meet people and spend time with women and enjoying the weekend. I had no idea what I had signed up for, and my husband didn't do justice to share with me what I was getting myself into. A little later, we sat down for an introduction of the program, and it was Sadhguru's, video on the screen, and I was just like listening to it. And one of the first things he said was that you are here now and give it your 100%. At that moment, I had goosebumps all over my body. I just couldn't believe it. I kid you not, it was just one of the craziest moments. I was just like frozen, and I didn't hear the rest of the things that he was saying. How could he say the exact same thing I had heard in a boat? How could I explain this to anybody who would believe me? How could I share this with somebody? And I knew it wasn't a coincidence. Something inside me knew that this weekend was going to be very different. So I made a decision to give it my 100%. No resistance, no skepticism, no holding back. I was just ready to absorb everything that was there. I literally threw out all of the snacks that I had hidden in my suitcase, and I committed to the program wholeheartedly, 100%. What happened next completely shattered my understanding of reality, honestly. I spent years studying physics, and I am a logical person. I need proofs for everything, and I need everything to make sense. I guess I needed explanations, and everything needed to, follow this, pattern. But during that program, so many things happened that my mind couldn't explain. I cried uncontrollably, and I experienced so many emotions that I didn't know I was carrying. I I experienced physical things. It was crazy. And after every session, my brain would immediately begin investigating, trying to explain exactly what happened, how did it happen, how did they design this program, and trying to find some logical answer to kind of prove that this wasn't real and it was logical. And every explanation that I came up with in my head, it kind of fell apart. For the first time in my life, honestly, my logic had reached its limit, and it was just not working anymore. The strangest part wasn't honestly what happened during the program. The strangest part was what happened afterwards without me realizing it. I came home and I couldn't suddenly eat meat. My body was so important to me, and nobody in the program literally mentioned once not to eat meat or become vegetarian. Nobody talked about that. There was actually a person who asked if they should be vegetarian, and they said, no, you should eat what you want to eat. So that wasn't the goal of the program. But when I got home, I physically couldn't do it anymore. I was a bodybuilder. Protein mattered so much to me. My physique meant everything to me. I had worked so hard for it, but overnight, honest to God, it just didn't feel important anymore. I remember being at a wedding and they were serving my favorite Persian kebab, kubide, and I told myself, I'm not bounded. This is not a rule. I should be free and eat what I want. So I went, I picked it up with my hands, I remember, to put it on my plate, and I immediately dropped it and I couldn't even smell it. I started, tearing up and I couldn't have it at all. I felt that fear and pain in that piece of meat. I remember something had fundamentally changed and I just wasn't able to continue being the same person, and my life has fully transformed in at least one aspect, and other aspects that I'm not going to get into in this video. After that, I volunteered for the program again and again, and I started taking all the other programs as well. I had this intense longing for something really deeper, and that longing really led me towards Samyama. So I started taking all the programs at Isha, all the requirements for Samyama, just to get there. What happened next after this was even more unexpected, because the life I thought I wanted was about to completely fall apart in a way I didn't expect it at all. But for the first time, I was actually okay with that. I'll tell you exactly what happened in the next video, so make sure you subscribe to this video and stay tuned for my third video to be posted. See you guys in the next video. Love you all. Namaskaram.